Hi Aquarius, Happy New Year. Welcome to January. This is Teresa from tarotbyt.com and I'm getting ready to do your reading. And I want to call in some good energy for the new year and for January and for this reading. So first I want to say thank you for liking and subscribing to the channel, and also thank you for taking time out to write down your comments. I really appreciate hearing feedback about the readings. And also those of you who have ordered readings, thank you for your business and your support. I've enjoyed meeting all of you and reading for all of you. So let's see what's happening for Aquarius for the month of January. We've got a full moon in Cancer on the 1st, and then a new moon in Capricorn on the 16th, and then another full moon eclipse on the 31st. So this is going to be a powerful month. The eclipse on the 31st will be in Leo, which will be in your 7th house of relationships. So that could be, there's a lot of powerful energy operating right now for all of us, depending on where it falls in your chart. So let's see, what does Aquarius need to know about love and relationships for the month of January? What does Aquarius need to know about love and relationships for the month of January? What does Aquarius need to know about love and relationships for the month of January? The Judgment, the Temperance, the Seven of Cups, the World, the King of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Justice card, the Ace of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so the Judgment card represents having some type of spiritual awakening, where you realize that whatever you've been doing, you need to change the way you operate in the world. You have to change. There are certain things about you. You want to improve your life in some way. And you're realizing that the only way you're going to improve your life is if you make certain changes from within. So you might be feeling like you're in a rut or you're stuck. And you're starting to see the reality, like the Capricorn, the Cancer full moon might have brought up certain truths in your life, where you're realizing where you need to change, especially because I think Cancer represents is in your 6th house, and that has to do with health. It has to do with employment, how we take care of ourselves, the service that we give to others, how we, are we taking care of ourselves? Are we sacrificing too much for others? What do I need to do in terms of employment, my job, my current, work environment? So with the Judgment card, certain truths may be coming out, may be evident to you. Like, okay, I'm realizing certain things. I'm waking up to certain things. And I know what I need to do. I need to make changes. And one of the changes you need to make, number one, could involve, if it's a relationship, you might need to forgive someone. If there was some type of argument or some type of separation, you might need to forgive someone for being human. Because, we all have our good sides and our bad sides. Nobody's perfect. So there could be a situation where you need to either forgive yourself or forgive someone else. But you're also you're waking up to the reality of a situation. And you may decide, I have to make changes. I can't wait for change to happen. I have to be the agent of change in my life. The Temperance card, this is a card of balance. So sometimes, when people wake up, they want to go to extremes. They go, okay, I want to change my life, so I'm going to just throw everything out, I'm going to start over. And this card is warning you not to go to extremes of behavior, to take the middle ground. This is a card of balance, learning how to balance two sides of an issue. So in a relationship situation, you could be with someone that you have a basic compatibility in this relationship. You're basically compatible, but there may be an imbalance in the relationship where you have to kind of take the other person's point of view into the equation. You have to meet someone halfway. You have to make sacrifices. You have to contribute more. Not have it all be one-sided. So you might have been in a relationship that was one-sided, where one person is doing all the work or doing all the giving. And you need to find that balance. You need to kind of find that middle ground where you could both have like a win-win situation, where neither person is feeling left out or undervalued or underappreciated or not getting their needs met. So you have to, you might have to meet someone halfway to bring some type of resolution. This can also come up when you're feeling guided. This is a card of the Archangel Michael. So you might be feeling an internal sense of guidance, like you're being pulled in a certain direction. You're being called to follow a certain path. And so you're getting like spiritual support from the other side, you know, like your angels, your guardians, your spirit guides are there to guide you. And so you might be getting intuitive guidance of what to do and where to go and how you can make changes. Because this is like a supportive card also. And it's also a card about finding work-life balance. You know, you might be too much, if you're spending too much time alone, working by yourself, maybe you need to reach out to others. Or if you're spending too much time in a relationship and your career is suffering, or too much time with the career and then your relationship is suffering. So you have to try and find that middle, that blending, that middle sweet spot where you're not going to extremes of either direction. And that could be also in an emotional situation where you're not seeing things in terms of just black and white. This is right, this is wrong. You know, there are shades of gray. So don't be too harsh with people. If they make mistakes, you know, you might have to forgive and say, you know what, they're only human. And we all make mistakes. And basically, most people are really good-natured. They don't want to hurt anyone. But sometimes things happen and people get hurt. So, and that's just human. They say it's to err is human, to forgive divine. So you have to sometimes forgive someone, unless you're in a constant state of, you know, if you're in a situation that's abusive, that's a different story. Someone's just being totally abusive to you. But if it's just a situation where someone has had a couple of misdemeanors, you know, you can forgive a person's weaknesses, and a person, you know, who might have had a temporary lapse of judgment or a temporary reaction that you didn't like or whatever. In the past, you have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is a card of confusion. You're stuck in the choices. It's like you're wanting to make changes in the past, and you're dreaming about all these things that you want to do with your life, but you're not taking action. It's like you don't want to commit to one specific path, because then that eliminates all the other paths. So you're kind of fantasizing about how each one of them might go or might turn out. But at some point, you're going to have to make a decision and commit to a path or or take action, because otherwise nothing's going to manifest, nothing's going to happen. You have the World here. So there are certain things that are coming to a culmination. You might be ending a cycle in a relationship, like either you're coming to a point where you're ready to make a commitment to someone, you're ready to take a relationship up to the next level, or it could be that a relationship is ending and you're deciding, you know, you want to move on to something new. This is a card of ending something or completing something. So you might be completing a karmic relationship, or completing a certain type of commitment, or even a project. If it's not a relationship, it could be a work project that's coming to completion. And it's going to give you a feeling of wholeness, a feeling of completeness, where you're feeling like things are starting to come together in your life. And I think at some point you're going to come out of this. You're coming out of the confusion stage, and you're really thinking about where you want to go and what you want to do. So I think the coming year is going to bring new beginnings, and it's going to get you on the right path. The King of Wands can represent someone in your life who could be a fire sign, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, who could be a mentor or a leader, someone that you go to for advice, someone who can give you, like show you the ropes kind of. Like if you're starting out in a new business venture or a new project, they can kind of be a mentor. Sometimes they can be a little bit bossy or domineering, but they have a good heart. They like to help people. This can also mean it could be a relationship that you're involved with someone who has a very strong personality, very outgoing, has a sense of presence, is a good leader. So you could be also having to tap into your own leadership abilities, having to take a leadership role in your life. Something with the King of Wands, there could be someone who's thinking about the past. So someone maybe from the past is thinking about you and wants to reconnect. So you might be running into an old flame or someone that's wanting to contact you or try again if you've had a falling out with someone. The Queen of Wands coming up in the near future. If this could be a person that you're going to be dealing with who's a good manager, likes to take charge, likes to be the center of attention. But it could also mean that you are ready to step into this role, that you're ready to take a leadership position, and you're willing to do whatever you have to do to move ahead in life. The Justice card, if you're looking for, the Justice card can represent, if you're waiting for the outcome of let's say you've applied for a job, or you're waiting to hear news about whether you've gotten a job or not, or whether a decision, this is a card of decision is going to be made, and it will be a fair decision. And usually when the Justice is upright, it's a decision that's made in your favor. So I feel like there's like a new career opportunity coming up that can bring in extra income, there could be a job offer connected to it. And it can bring you more financial security. So the Justice card can mean that a decision is made in your favor. So if you're waiting for some type of legal, there could be legal documents involved that have to be signed, contracts. But the outcome is positive. I feel that you're going to be happy with the outcome. So don't have any doubt. This is in your doubt or your negative thinking sector. Don't doubt that something good will come of this. Because I think that you're the perfect person for this position or this project. Whether it's a new job or a new project, you are the perfect person for the job. And you're going to be working with people that you really get along well with. You might be working with 2 other people in this project or this job. But you'll have help along the way. You're going to have mentorship. And it could even offer you some type of leadership position where they're going to be listening to your ideas as well as giving you their opinion and their advice. They're going to be relying on your expertise. That's the feeling I'm getting with this. So there is career opportunity coming in January. You still are you're in your wishes and hopes, wishes, fears sector. You have this 5 of Cups, so you might be thinking about a past relationship, maybe having some regrets over if there's a relationship that's been kind of on the rocks lately. You might be afraid that it's breaking up, and you might be feeling regret over certain behaviors or decisions that you made or how you handled a certain situation, and you're feeling a sense of loss or a sense of regret. But I don't think that the relationship is over. I think that you can salvage the situation. You just have to focus on a person's good qualities and not focus on their flaws. This is tied in kind of with the Judgment card, where you have to forgive a person for their human nature. You can't have someone, no one's perfect. And you might be having this idealized view of relationships that, a person has to do the right thing all the time, and if they do one thing wrong, you're ready to get rid of them. It's like, okay, I'm done, I'm out of here. Well, maybe you need to not be so extreme in your judgment, and give someone some slack. Allow someone to fail every now and then, and it's okay if people make mistakes. as long as you can talk about it and the two people are willing to work through it. So like if you say to someone, you know, you said this or you did this and that hurt my feelings, and they really feel remorse and they really want to make things better, then you know you can work with this person and you can salvage the relationship. But if you're dealing with someone who's just stubborn and doesn't want to change and keeps hurting you over and over, then that's a different story. But I think in this case, you can salvage the situation. You have 2 cups here. So there is something that you can save from a past relationship. And so there could be someone that's coming back from the past that you may need to forgive and who may want to try again. The 4 of Pentacles, though, relates to there might be issues, you might be arguing over issues concerning money or material possessions. Maybe one of you is holding on to their possessions too tightly or holding on to their money too tightly, and you feel like they should be more generous with their money. Or maybe you're worried about financial security and you're holding on to the purse strings and you're not willing to pay your fair share. So that could be an issue in this relationship. It could be an issue about money or possessions and how to handle that or how to deal with possessions. The other card that this could, the other thing that this could mean is also someone who is too controlling. You might want to lighten up and not try to control another person's behavior. You can't control what people do. You can only control your own reaction. So you're either dealing with someone who's controlling, who doesn't want to give, who doesn't know how to give, because the 4 of Pentacles is a card of you have to give if you want to receive. So if you're a person who's just taking and someone else has been doing a lot of giving, then you have to kind of, you know, maybe you need to start giving. Or it could be the other way around. It could be that you're with someone who doesn't know how to give. They just want to take. So you have to have that conversation where you explain like, hey, we have to have more balance in this relationship. It has to be more equal, more fair. Because you may be feeling that there's a certain level of injustice in the relationship. The other meaning of the Justice card is also karma. So you might have some kind of karmic tie with someone where you feel obligated to help them, or you're feeling like, you know, have to be there for them. There might be some contract that you've had, like a past life thing. And you feel in this life you want to finish it up. And I think you're going to be finishing up some contract with this World card. So you might be coming to the end of a karmic situation. And now you can move forward into something that is a lot more prosperous, or something that's a lot more in harmony with what you're looking for in a relationship. But definitely the Ace of Pentacles is financial support and money coming in and opportunities to create something tangible. So sometimes this comes in when you get some type of financial support from someone, or you get a job offer that brings in more money. This is a time card that relates to January, February, December, January, February. So that time frame is going to be significant. Sometime within that time frame, you're going to come to you're going to be receiving some type of reward, some type of financial opportunity. So you will have money to hold on to. You will have financial security. You're looking for security, and you will get that. You'll get that support. So let's see what's going on with the astrology. So the Cancer full moon is happening in your 6th house and 12th house. So while you're having this career success in your 10th house, because you have Jupiter and Mars is going through your 10th house right now. So that's a really good time for career success and expanding your horizons, getting involved in, just be careful that you don't take on too many projects. Know what your limits are, because Jupiter has a tendency Jupiter brings luck, and Mars brings the energy to act. So you're really feeling, you know, like I want to make a name for myself. I want to do something in my career. I want to bring in more financial security. But you have this the 6th and 12th house axis being activated at this time. So you want to make sure that you're not overworking where it's affecting your health. And you want to make sure that you're not overgiving in a relationship where you're being the martyr. or you're playing the victim, one or the other. There could be someone in the relationship playing the victim, someone playing the martyr. So like you're giving to each other, but it's not a giving with, it's a giving with strings and conditions. So you have to learn how to give unconditionally. There might be some type of relationship where your feelings are not being expressed. You're feeling there's something hidden or something secretive about the relationship, because Venus is in the 12th house. So you're either pining away for a past love, or still secretly in love with someone. You're not being able to express your love, especially with Venus in Capricorn. It's not a very warm and fuzzy. There's like fear associated with the love, with expressing your love. You're afraid of judgment, or you're afraid to express yourself. But you have powerful emotions. You have Pluto there in the 12th house. So Pluto's stirring up a lot of your psychological issues. And Saturn is in there too, in the 12th house. So that's the house of karma. So you're dealing with some karmic issues, some past life issues, but also the way we self-sabotage, the way we block the love. If there's not love coming in, you have to look at what am I doing that's not allowing love into my life? What am I doing that's blocking my ability to bond with someone? You have to look at those issues. Neptune in the second. If you're signing any contracts that have to do with money, you want to be careful that you read the fine print and you know what you're getting into. The other thing that Neptune is good for is earning money through some type of creativity or some type of spirituality. On January 16th, the new moon in Capricorn is also falling in your 12th house. So you could have some breakthrough, some psychological breakthrough during the month of January, where you decide to make a new beginning and you decide to release. The 12th house is about releasing baggage, releasing blockages. Maybe you find a counselor that really works well with you, or you just finish up old karma, you just release it. And you're starting, you want to start fresh, you want to start new. There could even be a new love with Venus, because Venus is in Capricorn right now, but it's going to be moving to Aquarius. And when it does that, when it crosses your ascendant, that can bring new love into your life. It can bring in a new relationship that can free you from that heaviness. Like you might feel that your partner is being, with Venus in Capricorn, people may feel that their partners are being cold or too critical. It's not a warm and fuzzy. Venus is not comfortable in Capricorn. But Venus in Aquarius brings more excitement and more lightness, where you want more of a friendship. It has more of a friendship quality, more excitement, more freedom. So just hold on, and once you get past all this Capricorn energy, and as the planets move into Aquarius, you're going to find that things are going to get better. Then you have the full moon eclipse in Leo, and it's a lunar eclipse. So at this time, it could be that some female could be eclipsed from your life at this time. Maybe some partnership dissolves, it comes to completion, like you're done with the karma that you had together, and you're moving, and either that person's moving on, or you're moving on, or you're just finishing a project together. It comes to completion, and it's bringing you recognition in your career, because you have Jupiter in the 10th house. It could go either way with the eclipse. Whatever the eclipse does, though, if it takes away, it's bringing you to a critical mass where you have to make a decision one way or another. So either you decide to commit to the partnership or you decide to walk away. It's kind of like that. And when you walk away from it, if you decide to walk away, it's a done deal. You probably cannot go back. You know, when you lose something in an eclipse, it's like closing a door that will not, you're not going to open it again. So you have to really choose wisely at the eclipse time. Because the eclipse is in Leo, you may feel that you need a partnership that allows you to have greater self-expression. Maybe you've been kind of worrying too much about what other people think, or trying to fit into a mold that somebody else has created for you, and they're not accepting you for who you are, or they're not allowing you to be who you are. So if that's the kind of partnership, you may feel like, I can't do this anymore. I have to be me. I have to be with someone who can value who I am, who is happy, is okay with who I am. where I don't feel like I have to change to be with this person, change who I am, where I can be free, I can be myself, and that person loves that part about me. So that's coming up because Leo's about self-expression. But also the full moon, you really have to balance the needs of someone else. Like Leo is all about me, the ego, my needs. Aquarius is about the needs of others. So you have to come to some kind of compromise. That full moon eclipse is going to bring this issue up again. This issue of compromise, of meeting each other halfway, of creating a win-win situation instead of an all or nothing situation. So if you can do that, if you can create win-win, you may not have to end the relationship or the partnership. But if it becomes impossible and the negotiation breaks down, then you might be just deciding to walk away. Or someone else may walk away from you. One way or another, there's like an ending, or the issue is no longer an issue because it comes to completion. Either in a happy way or in a separating way. Because full moons usually represent endings. And the eclipse is going to be powerful. And so it may, and even if you decide to leave or make changes, it's not going to happen immediately. It will take probably 6 months to see those changes take effect. So it's going to happen over time. You may start working toward that new goal or that new path. And it may take some effort to achieve that, if that makes sense. But I do see good things coming. And I do think that if you want to save a relationship or a partnership, whether it's business or personal, you can salvage it. You just have to be less judgmental, less critical, more forgiving. And be willing to meet the person halfway. Be willing to work with them. Be willing to compromise. And then you can achieve what you're wanting to achieve in the relationship. And you can take it to the next level. You can move from, okay, one state of being to now this new state of being. Okay, let's start a whole new cycle together for some of you. So I think that January looks good for you. I think there's a lot of, there'll be a lot of releasing because of all these planets going through your 12th house. Confronting, bringing things up, dredging things up from your subconscious, revisiting things from the past, and coming to terms with them, seeing the reality, and then releasing what no longer serves you. Releasing whatever's holding you back, even things within yourself, not just people. How we self-sabotage, how our behavior creates our problems. You have to look at yourself too. It's not just out there. It's not just the other person. It's also how we respond, how we react. So you have to look at both sides. And if you can do that, then you have this great new energy coming in, because there'll be a new moon eclipse in Aquarius in February. And that's when you could really put all your plans into action. That's a really powerful time. Once you've released what you need to release, now you can put your energy into this new you and this new path that you're on. And I think it's going to be wonderful. You're coming into a much brighter time. So hang in there. If things have been kind of like cold and not feeling heavy, you're going to be moving out of that soon. So just hang in there and you'll see improvements. So anyway, I hope this reading has helped you, and Happy New Year, Aquarius, and good luck and with the new year. And I see good luck with your career path, good luck with your relationships, good luck with your rebirth at the eclipses. And I wish you the best, and I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.